Hello, I'm back with my promise of explaining two IELTS tasks 2 in every video. I will produce at least 2 videos in a week and that is only for your benefit. Alright, so without wasting any more time, let me explain the first question. But first, please see the question. Well, now I explain it. The world has joined their hands to achieve economic prosperity, and this has become possible due to the rapid pace of globalization. The development of science and technology has reduced the world into a global blaze. Industrialization, computer science, transportation, and communications have brought a revolution in today's world. Science and technology has made international trade much easier today than in the past. Many international companies got easy access to begin a business in foreign countries like never before. All this has increased the job opportunities, a growing economy, and easy access to international goods and services. In recent years, many international brands have moved to labor-intensive countries so that they can reduce the cost of production and maximize profit. Hence, globalization has created healthy competition among entrepreneurs. This competition has led to the quality of goods and services for the consumers. It is the effect of globalization that has increased economic activities in the poor and developing countries. Over the years, due to globalizations, the living standard of poor countries has increased noticeably. However, when there are several benefits of globalization, it cannot be denied the negative effects of globalization. Due to the globalization, many strong companies have entered developing countries. These big companies have pushed small companies out of the market. After all, small companies are no match against multinational companies. Thus, globalization does always demolish the small economies of developing nations, and this is a fact. In conclusion, globalization does also bring many ups and downs at the social and cultural level. The introduction of many foreign companies and their advertisements on the print and electronic media pollute the minds of many innocent people as they come under the direct effect. A simple-looking town rapidly changes into an overcrowded city with increased numbers of social evils like crime and prostitution. Such outcomes are just a few byproducts to come along with the globalization. Now, this is the end of the answers to the first question. Now, let's move on to the second question. First, you see the question. Now I explain it. Actually, in general, there is no demarcation line to ascertain to what extent children should follow rules, what rules they should follow, and how forcefully those rules be enforced. Children grow in different parts of the world and under different social and cultural milieu. In such a situation, it is difficult to make rules for children. This subject should be carefully studied by experts. In some Asian cultures, children are expected to be strictly obedient, and showing the slightest dissent is considered indiscipline. However, this is not the case with children in Western countries. In a situation like this, it is very difficult to say which trait among the children should be encouraged. Thus, the subject of general behavior of children and expected behavior from them may vary from one culture to another culture. Strict rules of the behavior will definitely make children disciplined and obedient. These traits will further make children more responsible citizens of the country. Discipline and a strict code of conduct will teach many valuable lessons of life to children. Such children will grow with a sense of maturity and responsibility. Such children when grown up to be adults, will understand their responsibilities towards society and the country. The fact is that whatever children learn at an early age is reflected in their adulthood time. Anything good they learned during childhood time plays a crucial role in shaping their personalities. This is a very fact and true. However, imposing strict rules to expect better behavior from children can grow inferiority complex among children. Due to constant domination and command, children might lose self-respect and creativity. By nature, children always prefer freedom and independence. They don't like strict rules to learn morality and behavior. They want to exercise their own free will, and they want to act freely. In conclusion, rules of behavior are absolutely necessary to curb children's individualities, but this should not come with a force. There should be enough room for children to improve good behavior by their own efforts. This is the end of the answer to the second question. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to watch more videos of this kind, then please subscribe to my channel, The Career Post.